The Spell token is on a massive run, but there is some data that's rather insidious. There is some data that doesn't look so nice. Let me show you what I mean. Now here's the rally. We are up 37% today alone. This month, however, we almost tripled. What's causing this rally? Who is buying here? Who's selling here? Now this is the long-term price chart. A clear destruction of capital. Here is the long-term market cap chart. See how we can see the rally here a bit clearer on this chart compared to this chart. The market cap rose more, relatively speaking, than the price. And that's because of token inflation. There's still token inflation in the Spell token. More and more supply hits the market, depressing the price. Right now, only half of Spell tokens are circulating. And here's the circulating supply over time. We went from a bit under 15 billion to more than 130 billion. So the supply roughly 8x'd in the span of 3 years. And that's then why we get charts like this. This is the Spell token relative to Ethereum. I like to look at relative valuations, right? Because crypto in general goes up and down and expands and contracts. And sometimes when Bitcoin goes up and Ethereum goes up, then of course a lot of altcoins go up as well. I want to know the outperformance long term. And that's what we see here. This is Spell divided by Ethereum, the relative performance. And the massive token inflation, of course, did not help the price. From top to bottom, it went down by more than 95% relative to ETH. If we take the last rally, it's an underperformance of quote unquote only 90%. Now let's talk about fundamentals for a second. Spell is the incentive token for Magic Internet Money, which is a stablecoin. That's not the prettiest stablecoin, but it allows for a lot of leverage. So this is the stablecoin fluctuations in the last year. We sometimes overshoot, we sometimes undershoot. We even see those fluctuations in the last month, right? A DPEG of like 4% or so. A proper stablecoin should be way closer to $1. But still, people use it because you can put leverage on top of leverage on top of leverage. You can pretty much squeeze out the last little bit of performance in a position that you have high conviction in. Now, Magic Internet Money and Spell is based on Abracadabra. And Phantom used to be the largest chain for Magic Internet Money. This has changed because the main bridge that allowed capital inflows and outflows out of Phantom, it got hacked, the money got lost somewhere in China. And so now the main chain is Ethereum. It's $137 million of total value locked of capital in Abracadabra. But at some point in time, that was almost 7 billion. So yes, I do understand bear markets. I do understand how capital flows out of protocols in bear markets, but not to that degree. There might be some recovery recently, but still, right? People got absolutely crushed. And actually, even the recovery is barely visible. We're pretty much just going sideways. And so all of that data begs the question, why is the price rising so much? Of course, we are in an altcoin rally. Of course, Bitcoin is close to all-time highs. Of course, there is capital flowing into the system. But why specifically Spell? Why is Spell outperforming? The central question is, who is buying here? Let's have a look on chain, because this is what I like to do on this channel. I like to look at retail investors versus whale investors. I like to look at who is buying. And this is a tool that I've developed myself and that I make available to the premium members. So the link is down below, thebitcoinstrategy.com. Feel free to check it out. We have very long-term charts here. And on the left side, we see the number of wallets that hold at least $1,000 worth of the Spell token at the current prices. So that's 700,000 tokens roughly. This is what I'd consider retail on the Ethereum chain, because any positions below $1,000 are pretty much not worth it because of the gas fees. Now in the middle, we've got medium-sized retail. That's now $10,000 worth of the token. On the right side, we've got the whales. That's $100,000 worth of the token. All of those are very long-term charts. All of those show very erratic behavior, not really long-term accumulation. But we want to know what happened in the last month. Why did the price almost 3x? And so let's have a look at the same charts, but only for the last month. The number of retail wallets did not grow. The number of medium-sized retail even shrunk. The number of whales also pretty much is stable. How can the price go up when nobody is buying on chain, when the number of investors is not growing? It must be the existing investors buying, right? Or it must be people with very deep pockets buying. It might be manipulation. Manipulation by whom? I believe it's market makers, or potentially even Binance itself. Let's have a look at the following. There's a strong misconception in crypto. Most people believe that the centralized exchanges only hold the tokens that their customers hold, right? They only hold them custody. That's not true. Centralized exchanges also hold tokens for market making. And when a token crushed that much, then maybe it's possible to generate some kind of attention with a price rally and then sell some of that off. Have a look at this. Most trading volume happens on Binance now. Pretty much 40% of all of trading volume in the last 24 hours was there. And on top of that, we've also got a perpetual futures market. So those are derivative contracts. Those are bets on the price. So on the one hand, you own a lot of the token. On the other hand, you also offer bets on the token price. You own the referee and you offer the bets. That's how crypto works. This is how manipulation is born. Binance makes money from liquidations, of course. And so when a lot of people bet on rising prices, they crash the price and vice versa. And so can this rally continue? Yes, of course it can, but it's not in the hand of the broad masses. It's in the hand of a few key people at Binance. This is not broad adoption. Otherwise, we would see this on chain as well. We don't see the number of investors going up, even though the price almost tripled. If it's your first time here, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. There's also a free Telegram. Link is down below.